In this video, I'm going to be speaking on 1, 2, 3 points regarding the Blessing Loom. Stay tuned. Invest $100 and receive $800 within a week or 2 weeks, and this is the kind of statements that are enticing persons to enter into this Blessing Loom arrangement. And there's no doubt, you guys, the economy has slowed down. Things are very difficult for many persons. Persons have lost their jobs. It's difficult for persons to obtain loans in the bank, whether it be for personal reasons or whether it be for businesses. Things are difficult. And during this period, many persons are vulnerable and persons are looking for some way out. And if you've been reading, you've seen some articles saying that the Blessing Loom has collapsed, and then there are other persons who are continuing to say that it's still functional and you could receive money very quickly in a short period of time. And there are some arguments that people are putting forward saying that the banks are the ones who are trying to close the Blessing Loom system because persons aren't taking loans again. And then they're also saying that persons are taking the monies and paying off loans quickly, so the banks aren't making interest. There are also arguments that speaks about during this period you have the government also losing money because the persons, the gamblers, they are taking their monies to invest in the Blessing Loom rather than playing the lottery and doing other activities that the government would generate some revenues from. You guys, I try to simplify stuff as much as I can and be as objective as possible with bringing information to you guys. And there's those statements that persons make. Yes, there are some benefits, there are some disadvantages, it's a risk that you're taking. But based on research, based on statistics, you're seeing where the persons who are really benefiting would be the minority, and the persons who are really being affected are the majority, those persons who are the bottom of the Blessing Loom, or the bottom there, around the end, the persons in the fire. So this video is not for me to discuss the benefits and disadvantages of the Blessing Loom and to speak about what it is. I did that in my other video. You should have a look at that, where I compare the Blessing Loom and the Susu. But in this video, I'm going to be speaking on some other points. Let's get into my next point regarding the legality. 1 down, 2 to go. I understand that there are persons of different professional backgrounds, ethnicities, localities getting involved in these programs. And it's understandably so, things are hard. Persons want to have a quick return. And when you look at the laws within the Caribbean, there's no direct law related to this type of arrangement, but there are other avenues that persons may want to use to prosecute. For example, there's the Proceeds of Crimes Act, where once monies are being generated from an illegal source, you may find yourself being prosecuted and money being seized under the Proceeds of Crimes Act. So if you are aware that monies are being generated from drugs involvement, drug trafficking and that money is being circulated within the scheme, that may just fall within the Proceeds of Crimes Act. And then there's another area where persons are saying that this money is a gift, and as such it's not taxable. But it's kind of difficult for you to see a gift being you invest in something with the expectation of a return. So it may not be classified as a gift, and as such you now find yourself involved in fraud, tax fraud or tax evasion. And then there are persons who are now projecting themselves as financial advisors, and in order to be a financial advisor you need to have a license to do that. So once you encourage, advise and entice persons to engage in a particular investment program, you may classify yourself as a financial advisor. And let me just put a plug here one time, I am not a financial advisor, and although I'm a lawyer, this is not legal advice. So you may find yourself in trouble for that as well. Another point is the financial regulations element, and many persons may not see the benefits of this, but financial regulations are there because it provides for accountability and transparency of any financial investments that you engage in. So once a person is doing some trade with monies and stocks, and so this particular arrangement should be registered with the relevant stock authority within your country. If it's not registered, you may find yourself in some trouble also. So that's the next area of law that raises the questions of the legality of the Blessing Loom. And then there's the whole issue of a person misrepresenting certain benefits and certain parts of this transaction to others. And that may also amount to an illegal act, misrepresentation. In fact, there was one case that I read recently. It's called Project Tactics Limited against Construction Environmental Services Limited, and Rafi Mohammed was also one of the parties. It speaks about what misrepresentation is. If you were to do a simple Google search, it was a case decided in Trinidad and Tobago, Justice Rahim. And in my other videos, some of my other videos, I spoke about the importance of case law, so you should have a look at that and understand what case law really speaks about. And that case spoke about what misrepresentation is, and it probably could fall under this whole category, but still kind of uncertain about that, but a point that probably could be considered. And the area that a lot of persons would find themselves potentially in trouble with is this whole fraud or deceptive trade practices. So when you look at other countries, there's some more clear laws regarding this, what is described as a endless chain system or pyramid scheme system. So there's some more clear laws in those countries, in some countries, regarding it. I think even with these points being mentioned, as a defense attorney and other defense attorneys would find, there are defenses that you could raise in all of these points that were identified. But as a good conscience, I think one really needs to ask yourself, is it proper for you to encourage somebody to enter into a business arrangement with the knowledge that a person may not receive the benefits promised? Let's move on to my next point. Down to my last point, you guys. This Blessing Loom arrangement is taking all my monies. For those who don't know, this is $100 from my country, Trinidad and Tobago. That's my national flag there. Big up Trinidad and Tobago. If you're from Trinidad and Tobago, just leave a little hello, Trinidad and Tobago, down in the comment. Or wherever you're from, just leave a comment in the section below there. And if you find you're getting value from this video, just give it a thumbs up as well. Guys, this video is in no way meant to embarrass anybody or bring shame to anybody who is involved in the Blessing Loom arrangement. In fact, it's totally contrary to that, because this channel, The Legal Journey, and if you haven't, make sure that you subscribe, it's all about education. I try to empower persons through education, speaking about the law and lifestyle. And for me, I said that this is a very important topic because I find persons now engaging in these type of activities in this Blessing Loom arrangement in a very addictive manner. I've heard of persons who are borrowing money from other persons to enter into the arrangement, persons who are selling their assets as well to enter into this arrangement with the hope that they would generate this significant amount of return with this small investment. And inevitably, you guys, this will fall. Mathematically and legally, it will fall. And you would find yourself in a very embarrassing position. And then you know what would happen? You may find yourself wanting to assault somebody or threaten somebody or be threatened because you're not getting your monies, or because you've given to somebody has given monies to you and now they're asking you for your money. And you have been seeing it on social media. I've seen some videos and reading some comments and so on. It's alarming. It's alarming, you guys. And next part I'm concerned about is the mistrust that is going to be developed by persons who want to genuinely invest in some genuine investment programs that you can actually benefit. Once you get burned, persons are afraid to invest in these type of arrangements. And that's the challenge with some of these, what may appear to be legitimate investment arrangements. And when you don't bring your two persons, or how many other persons you have to bring, persons try to embarrass you and say, you're failing because you've quit and so on. And persons don't want to come forward and share the information and share the knowledge because they just want to get what they have to get, come out and destroy what I describe as the best asset that you could have. Destroy relationships. because it's your network that most persons would go after to try to get persons to invest, and you're destroying your best networks and best relationships, your best assets, by encouraging other persons with the possibility of them not getting the monies that you're projecting that they would get when this scheme collapses. So this channel is about education. It is not to embarrass anybody. It's really more so to allow persons to break the silence. Permit me to speak about the law that I've read in different countries, how this Blessing Loom system is dealt with. It's where a person could be charged under the criminal law and under the civil law as well for engaging in these type of arrangements. A person could be prosecuted and fined if it is that they entice somebody to enter into this arrangement. So they encourage person, go and get two other persons to come and get involved in the program. That person could be fined under the criminal law. And then the person who they invited, if they are pressured to go and find two other persons and they can't find two other persons, that person who was recruited could now sue the person who recruited them 10 times the amount of monies that they invested initially. I hope that makes sense. So once that is the case, you'd find nobody now wanting to invite other persons, to recruit other persons, And that law, I think, is a very interesting law that probably could be considered to deal with these type of systems, because there are some disadvantages, and I'm concerned as to the impact that it's having on relationships, the economy, but more so relationships. Just before you leave, I want to say thanks for all the support. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell. You get all of my videos. I have some very interesting topics coming up. You don't want to miss that out. If you found some part of this video to be valuable as well, make sure that you give me a thumbs up. I want to say hello to Anne, who I saw yesterday on the ferry, and she healed me out. Hello Anne, she's a senior person, and Anne is looking at YouTube videos. That's inspiring. Thank you so much for looking at my videos, Anne. You guys, share this video with others. Let persons know. The more they know, the better they are to make decisions. I will see you in my next video. Subscribe, and I'll see you. Take care.